Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Lori, and here's her story. Ollie, I'm Lori. You did a video for me a month ago called "You Don't Even Want to Go Back." I moved away from narc relatives and narc coworkers, frickin' frack. Finally got a job I liked and thought my narc troubles were over. I missed my meetup group from my hometown, so I started another one here for introverts. Surprisingly, I got a good turnout even though the group was only around for a week. I met some nice, interesting people and we had a good time. And yet I felt an overwhelming urge to make a list of rules, something I never even discussed with the organizer in my hometown. I came up with two: no politics and be courteous. The penalty for repeatedly breaking the rules, i.e., being a no-show, canceling at the last minute, hogging the conversation, or discussing politics, was removal from the group. I posted and emailed the rules to all the members a few days after the meetup. At the next meetup, some other members came and we were having a good conversation. Then along came someone from the previous meetup. He has his own meetup group of introverts in the next town and mentioned before that he'd had a lot of no-shows and painfully shy young people. He blamed it on the area, but the demographics of his area are better than mine. Looking at the group site, it is beyond introversion. The actual activities are nil, extremely passive, and the key phrases include social anxiety and shyness. It's a clarion call for people with mental health problems. I deliberately avoided those key phrases plus anything like support group or any suggestions of mental health issues. Anyway, he sits down and after a few minutes someone asks him what he does for a living. He goes on a 30-minute speech about his work, after which two members said that was depressing. He went on for another 15 minutes about this depressing topic. Yes, I did try several times to steer the meetup back to a conversation involving other people, but he plowed on ahead. And then when he wasn't talking to the group or with someone, he'd look up, look around, or play with his phone. He acted that way at the first meetup too. Right, so if it's not about him, he ain't interested. And he's all about just bringing down the mood of everyone else. So if I can't bring down the mood of everyone else, I'm not interested. You know? That night, it occurred to me that my narc father acted the exact same way. Holding court in a group of people, dismiss anyone who wanted to talk about anything else, and ignore people whenever he wasn't talking with them or at them. And the stories he told were pure bullshit. I wondered if this member was full of bullshit too. I looked up some of the things he talked about. Nothing. Absolutely nothing when I searched in multiple ways on Google. I also follow a number of blogs whose authors would have written about some other things he was talking about. His monopolizing the conversation and likely talking a bunch of shit bothered me a lot. I couldn't sleep, even though I usually sleep like the dead. Between the dishonesty and the disrespect, I banned his ass from the group. I just said that, in my opinion, he wasn't an introvert and that having him at meetups would make them hard for me to run. You know what this is? I'll tell you what you're dealing with here. If you could actually, if a lot of these online Facebook groups, narcissism groups, were physical meetups, this is what you would say. Because on the internet, it's very easy to get your point out and not monopolize, because it's all, on Facebook in these groups, it's all in text. But if you were to meet some of these people in real life, this is what you would run into when Facebook groups come to life. When people when you can't see their reaction when they're posting, and when somebody's not paying attention, somebody just walks away from a conversation online, you don't know, you don't see there, you don't get it. That's why I say the online groups are very dangerous. So are these. But in the personal groups, it's easier to spot these people now that you have the basis of narcissistic behavior and cluster Bs and cluster B personality disorders. That was this morning, and I haven't heard anything back. Good. Let him ruin his own meetups. And let me tell you something. It's a lot like what I on online video chat programs where people will ruin certain chat rooms with just what you're talking about here. People who want to monopolize the conversation or bring down the mood if it's not about them and walk away. They like to go from chat to chat doing the same thing. But it's more visual with a video chat because you can see them doing it. This is what you're experiencing is if one of these Facebook groups came to life. Business people know of a saying to hire slow and fire fast. Avoid working with people you don't like, to have a no asshole rule. My thought is that it only takes one or two bad apples to ruin an organization. They make it miserable for everyone, and the best people will leave to be replaced by other bad apples until the whole organization is rotten. I want to have high standards from the beginning so that we have a high quality people, which we do, and I have to enforce the standards or they don't mean anything. I think experience combined with knowledge informs your intuition, which tells you what to do. It told me to make some rules, then it told me to get rid of this person with those rules. This person wasn't really behaving badly at the first meetup, but he wasn't engaged like other members were with eye contact and leaning in. He was looking at his phone a lot, which members typically don't do at these kind of meetups I host. I think your videos also helped me make the connection and anticipate some of the damage he might have caused. He was looking for someone to take over his group because he didn't want to run it anymore. Maybe he was hoping to take over mine. Listen, that's exactly what he was doing. He's looking for a new group to take over because he's already ruined his. And they'll always say they're looking for someone to take. No, they've already ruined theirs and they're looking for fresh supply. To me, he clearly wasn't going to work out. Why keep someone like that around that cause trouble and drain your time and energy, hoping they'll improve? As an aside, Ollie, you're not an introvert. I can tell you never were. Withdrawn, maybe, not an introvert, which is a nervous system setting that's there from birth. Thanks for all you do, and keep up the good work, Lori. Well, no, I'm not a total introvert. I'm not. I know that. What you've experienced here is if you could see these Facebook groups come to life and the different personalities in there. And the warnings I always give is be careful in any type of group, whether it's online or in real life, you're going to draw out the exact type of personality you're trying to recover from. I mean, that's just a fact. You have to, but you're right. Being able to respond to it quickly. And when I hired, listen, when I hired, your point about hiring is an accurate one and is a philosophy I always live by while hiring. And what I would always say, look, an open job is a 0. The wrong person in the job can be a -100. And you don't want the -100. Because that's dragging you backwards. So hiring the right people in the right job and being able to get rid of them quickly is certainly important. And I think you made the right decision with the group. Okay, but what you have witnessed is an online Facebook group come to life, and the narcissists that hide within our ranks. So thank you so much for your contribution and story. I really appreciate it. Hope that helped. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just sponsor the channel in general for equipment, see it grow, keep the lights on and the rent paid, because that's always great. You know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. And if you're still unclear, wait for the video link to pop up, the instructional video link to pop up at the end on the screen at the end of this video to walk you through all that. And if you're not seeing it, make sure your pop-up blocker is not on. Please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.